Mark and his younger brother Jake stumbled upon two magical talismans. One offered the blessing of a test god, the other the blessing of a money god. Jake quickly grabbed the money god talisman for himself, leaving Mark with the other one. But what they didn't know was the magic only lasted 1 year. Jake's extravagant lifestyle quickly left him broke and desperate. Mark, however, kept studying hard, knowing that knowledge gained through effort never expires. He later won a National Science Award, teamed up with a business prodigy to create Mythical Group, and became a billionaire, topping the rich list. Consumed by jealousy, Jake couldn't accept it. At a family gathering, he caused Mark to trip and fall down the stairs. When Mark woke up, he had gone back in time 1 week before finding the talismans. To his surprise, Jake had already taken the test god blessing this time. Mark knew right then that Jake had also been reborn. After all, in their past life, Jake had fought for the money god talisman. Mark smiled to himself. He loved to learn, so the test god blessing would only help him. So he gladly accepted the other talisman. Jake bragged that this time he would be the top college entrance exam scorer, get into the best universities, and become a world-renowned scientist. He told Mark to enjoy 1 year of wealth before ending up destitute. Mark gave him a knowing half smile in return. He wished Jake all the best for his future. With the money god talisman in hand, Mark took his last $50 in pocket money, went to a lottery store and spent $20 on 10 scratch-off tickets. He didn't hit the jackpot, but he did win $5,000. He then took that money to different lottery retailers, spending $1,000 on dozens of different multi-pick lottery tickets. Now he just had to wait for the evening draw. Next, he bought a new phone and computer, along with headphones and other gear he didn't have before. Then he treated himself to a nice hot pot meal. In his past life, he was so buried in studies and research, he often forgot to eat, which led to gastritis and then stomach cancer. His diet became painfully restricted. He had enough money to buy every hot pot chain in the world, every barbecue joint, every skewer shop, but his stomach wouldn't let him enjoy a single spicy meal. After happily finishing his hot pot and skewers, he booked a room at a 5-star hotel. In his previous life, trying to get good sleep, he spent over $4 million on a Hason's mattress, but he still lay awake, afraid his mind would dull, afraid he wouldn't make a breakthrough. He refused to take sleeping pills, enduring the torment until dawn. Now finally his ability to sleep had returned. He woke up 15 hours later feeling rested, checking his phone for the lottery results. He carefully matched the numbers and found he had won $1.5 million. It wasn't life-changing wealth, but without the money god's help, most people could play their whole lives and not win $10,000. He immediately went to claim his prize. After taxes, he was left with $1.2 million. Mark was not like his foolish brother. Jake never understood how to grow money. So once the magic faded, his fortune crumbled. Mark had done research and run companies. The knowledge from his past life remained. Money was just an external thing. Only the skills and knowledge gained through hard work stayed with you for life. He opened his computer and registered a brokerage account, remembering a legendary stock from his past life called Eastern Tech. Right now it was a new startup at its very beginning, trading at its lowest possible price. He knew that in just 1 week, this stock would skyrocket from $1 per share to over $300 in just 6 months. This was the fastest way he knew to make his money grow. He invested the entire $1.2 million into the stock, anticipating a 300-fold return. Meanwhile, with the test god blessing, Jake didn't bother studying like Mark had before. He either slept through class or read magazines, never doing any homework. Even the teachers lost patience and scolded him, but he brushed them off, claiming he was naturally gifted, saying he didn't need to study like a bookworm, promising he would get top scores on the college entrance exam. Seeing his delusional attitude, the teacher gave up on him and stopped caring. Mark, however, kept studying diligently, even though he had been the top scorer in his past life, and earned a PhD from the best universities. He still took the upcoming exam seriously, but this time his goal wasn't the same elite schools. He didn't want to repeat his old path, since fate gave him a second chance. Repeating the same life seemed pointless. More importantly, this time, he had no desire whatsoever to meet Liana again. The story of the tech prodigy and the business genius, their powerful union and marriage, looked like a perfect fairy tale to the outside world. No one knew. Every step felt like walking barefoot on knives, agonizing and bloody, yet he had to keep smiling for everyone to see. With the test god blessing, Jake's laziness didn't affect his grades. He aced every test, always beating Mark by just 1 point, taking the top rank in school. He was showered with praise from teachers and classmates. Jake's pride was through the roof. Whenever he saw Mark studying hard, he would mock him, telling him no matter how hard he worked he could never beat him, suggesting Mark should just give up studying, use his money god luck to buy more lottery tickets, live it up for a year, and then wait for poverty to hit. Mark ignored him. His stocks had already increased 100-fold. His account now held over $100 million. He had no interest in a lavish lifestyle. He just wanted 3 good meals a day and restful sleep at night. As for the lottery, he wouldn't buy more tickets. He should leave some winning chances for others. Days passed one after another. The college entrance exams drew closer. When Eastern Tech hit $300 a share, Mark sold all his stock immediately. His account balance swelled to over $400 million. He He wouldn't let that money sit idle, of course. Drawing from memory, he invested in several other promising stocks, letting his wealth continue to grow. Jake, with his good looks and genius persona, quickly became an online sensation, sharing his supposed knowledge. He earned about $2 million as a study fund, but he didn't learn from his past mistakes, never putting effort into actually improving his own skills. Jake walked into Mark's room looking smug, asking if Mark could guess who he had met. Mark didn't even look up from his research calculations, saying he didn't know and didn't care. Jake said once he heard the name he would care. He was sure of it. He said her name was Liana, the business prodigy. Jake spoke while watching Mark's reaction closely, saying everything Mark had in his past life would now be his. Mark played dumb, pretending not to understand, saying he had no idea what Jake was talking about. Asking what past life, he said he had no memories of any other life. Jake looked confused and asked if Mark hadn't been reborn. Mark frowned and touched Jake's forehead, asking if he was sick from reading too many novels. Jake pushed his hand away, then patted Mark's shoulder, saying it was a bit of a letdown. He had wanted Mark to watch him take everything, including Liana, from his past life, but it didn't matter. This time Mark could never compete with him anyway. The top schools would be his, Liana would be his, and he would be the billionaire CEO. As for Mark, his own brother, Jake kindly advised him to buy more lottery tickets, so he wouldn't end up with nothing when the magic wore off. Mark's indifferent attitude made Jake feel foolish. Jake slammed the door as he left, but he wasn't done yet. A moment later he was back with his phone. He held the screen right in front of Mark's face. The video call showed Liana. Jake introduced Mark to her, asking if she thought he was handsome. Looking at Liana's face on screen, Mark felt a deep instinctive aversion. He decided to let others live their own lives. This was Jake's choice. He would have to live with the consequences. Mark wasn't going to get involved. Jake asked Liana what she thought of his brother. Her reply was not much. Jake's face lit up with triumph. He gave Mark a victorious look, telling him Liana said he wasn't much. Mark nodded in agreement. Jake seemed a bit disappointed, then told Liana that Mark had self-awareness. Knowing he couldn't match Jake in studies or looks, Liana agreed Mark couldn't compare. After all, there were only a few true geniuses in the world. Jake boasted that they were two of those rare geniuses. The world would be theirs, and Mark wouldn't even be fit to work for them. Hearing Jake's proud and manic laugh, Mark smiled, pushed him out, and locked the door to avoid any more distractions. Just then his phone buzzed with a new friend request. Seeing the familiar profile picture and name, his blood ran cold. Why was Liana trying to add him on WeChat? This account was new, registered after his rebirth. When he bought his new phone, he hadn't told his family about it, not even Jake. So how did Liana find this account? This time he wanted nothing to do with her. He hit reject and then blocked her, to prevent any more requests that would ruin his mood. Soon another friend request came through. It said, "Hello older brother, I'm Liana, your brother's friend." She had used a different account. Seeing this account, Mark's blood ran even colder. In his past life he had discovered this secret account of hers. He logged in once to look, and what he saw shattered his worldview completely.